Hi, friends. Westo Enrico here. Westo de Taquiano de Family Solid People is. We're trying this again, as they say. The try again times. Let us turn up and pee. It's a very classic joke that takes advantage of the way that lettuce sounds like let us, that turnip sounds like turn up, and that pea sounds like pea. So the abnormal new normal is, I guess, health before everything. If you're going to save lives, it doesn't matter how many people it kills, let's do it. And that's basically the gist of the current status of things. If it saves lives, we don't care how many people it kills, we're going to do it. And the fact is, when you do things like this to the economy, you are killing people one way or the other. With people's lives substantially when you're trying to tell everybody these lies. Hi, Octavia. So we had a tech problem last time, so we started over again. Now, I know in this particular live stream, we're going to do a little card pulling. There's just no doubt about it.
Can we do one for Trump?
Yeah, let's do one for Trump.
I didn't vote for him, so he's not my president.
Okay. This is for Trump. Page of Pentacles. He's been coming out a lot lately.
He's definitely got money on the mind.
He's got his mind on his money and his money on his mind.
Yep.
And, you know, he actually he looks a little bit like a president now for once. You know, he's acting like a president. He's talking about stimulus packages and other shit like that. And, go for it, dependable. He's being dependable now. It's weird. The thing is, he made the wrong decision at a certain point by surrendering on this issue. Because, of course, he didn't have the justifications for it.
Oops.
Wait, Governor Cuomo, mandatory 50% cutback on all restaurant capacity?
What the fuck?
So what does that mean? They have to serve 50% fewer customers? That makes no sense at all.
You know, how is a restaurant going to be able to tell exactly every single time that they have 50% capacity?
It's insane. That's New York, huh?
Yeah, it's Cuomo.
Ridiculous. California's not that crazy. Maybe it is inside capacity. I don't know.
It is inside capacity, but there's no way. Like, a busy place that has people at it, they can't keep track of 50%.
Why are we having hours cutbacks too? It's like,
yeah,
you know, here's the warrant for all of this shit. Flatten the curve. Fuck off! Flatten the curve. Who cares about flattening the curve? You take it. He said this curve's too steep. Let's flatten it. So let's create this curve instead. That's fucking massive. Morons. Oh my lord. How does that help?
Both 24 hours ones were closed. That's so shitty.
How does that help?
Don't you think that people would be like, you know what? No, I want
They will soon
work.
enough.
Can I tell you that even on 9/11, like 2-3 days after people were working, they like wanted to.
Well, of course.
There's always people who want to, they shouldn't.
Exactly. Our cutbacks make no sense. It just make traffic more condensed. Exactly, which means more. It's freaking retarded.
Late at night.
I mean, Jean-Luc Picarded.
Who's Jean-Luc Picarded?
Instead of saying retarded, I decided I'm going to say Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, Picard.
Yeah.
Yes, Jean-Luc. I like that.
He's the captain of the Starship Enterprise after James T. Kirk.
Whoa.
First, there was James Tiberius Kirk, played by the immortal and always brilliant William Shatner.
Yeah.
And then after him, Jean-Luc Picard, played by Patrick Stewart.
Oh my god.
Who is who had his Eric moment. Jean-Luc Picard had his Eric moment when he was one time like voted People Magazine's sexiest man or something,
Oh my god, that's right.
and he was like, "You guys gotta be fucking kidding me." You know, it's just like, what?
He was so funny. Wasn't it not that long ago?
Was that 10 years ago? Well, I mean, it was when that show was on, when Next Generation was on, which is quite a long time ago, you know? That's probably 15 or 20 years ago now, actually. I don't know.
So funny.
But
So funny. Patrick Stewart. Him and what's his name from Lord of the Rings have a real good friendship.
they'd be down with each other.
Right?
Yeah. Who was the one who died? It was the one in Harry Potter who died, right?
Someone died from Harry Potter?
Wasn't it the guy who played Dumbledore? Didn't he die?
Oh yeah, he did.
Am I familiar with C.S. Joseph? Name rings a bell. Yeah, I'm familiar with C.S. Joseph. So anyway, I will once again say, and I will continue to say, from the very outset of this, I call bullshit on this bullshit, and I said that it's complete garbage. Isaac Roddy, he can't even type himself right. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Who?
C.S. Joseph.
No.
Blind squirrel at best, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're heading into a recession. Trump's talking about a stimulus package. He's finally sort of acting like a president. He's got a serious crisis on his hands, you know. And he was right initially with his hunch, but then he went with the demonstrative FE when pressed. You know, the world demands something of me. Give him FE. And he did. The world demands something of me. I give him TE. It's the advantage of having an E to be president instead of an ESFP president.
I think of him as the TV president.
TV president, yeah.
Because he was like, you're fired.
What does a recession do generally? It just means that basically people lose faith in the economy. Everybody goes into hunker down mode, save money mode. People don't spend as much money. And as a consequence, the economy slows way down. The engine of the economy is always consumer spending. That's the number one engine of the economy. And what you're doing in this particular instance is dramatically changing consumer spending habits arbitrarily, abruptly, globally, in a way that will absolutely cripple and or kill the economy across the board. The thing is also, for all the what's interesting is that the people who are like the NFPs, who really want to have more, who are anti-corporation and stuff, those people are also in favor of this everything and anything to save lives bullshit, right? What they don't understand is what's happening right now will kill millions of small businesses. And who's well equipped to withstand this sort of thing? Big corporations. So, it's like there's no understanding of a linkage between aspect A. Isaac Roddy says, "What do you think about his typing method? I know it's different than most." He doesn't have a typing method. He's got a sales pitch and a lot of smoke and mirrors. That's what he's got. He knows he's talking out of his ass. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Oh. I thought you said like a different Isaac. Who doesn't know what he's talking about?
C.S. Joseph.
Oh no, he doesn't. When he said Naruto was an INFJ.
Is C.S. Joseph still charging $300 or whatever it was for typing sessions? I guess so. I don't know. Just got uber pissed at an annoying asshole on the internet for misinterpreting a comment I made. How did that make Uber angry? Oh, wait. Maybe you should have hyphenated that. Yeah, so a recession in general is a situation where everybody's feeling that they got less money to spend. So, for example, let's say I were reliant on typing sessions to make money. I'm not, but if I were, people will probably do less of that because everybody has to cut back, and that's a luxury. It's an unnecessary luxury. Even my, I mean, the thing is, parents are loath to cut back on education shit if they're already paying for it. So, like my debate coaching would normally be pretty recession resistant. In this particular instance, it's like they actually canceled all those debate tournaments, the end of the year debate tournaments that I normally would go to. I was expecting to go to TOC, to Kentucky for TOC. That's where they hold it every year. And TOC stands for Tournament of Champions, and it's a debate tournament, the national debate tournament that happens every year in Kentucky. Welcome to the crowd, Isaac Rowdy. That guy doesn't have any idea what he's doing, and lots of people get typed by him come and say, I'm confused. I got typed by Mia is Mia, and I got typed by Mia is Mia. They don't give you good reasons because he's not TI. It's a TI activity. He's not an EHB, and he thinks he is an EHB. Yeah, we'd like to hear about it, Isaac. What did he say? Well, you've got this kind of interactive style, and C.S. Joseph is very eager to monetize everything. That's not inherently bad, and that doesn't mean he's wrong, but that's his priority, not getting it right. Okay, my priority is getting it right. In fact, I wish I would prioritize making money a little bit more. You might say that as I go through life in general, I tend to leave a lot of money on the table. There's a lot of opportunities for profit that I just sort of don't. All right, for him, it's all about money, so being wrong will ruin his business. For me, it's all about being right. And money is just, will distract me from that or something. I don't know. And therefore, I don't care enough about money, or I don't know. I have nice hands, thanks. This is my normal hand, okay? Everybody see my normal hand? Now, let me show you my deformed hand. Ooh, deformed. What's wrong with you, Eric? Why is your hand so deformed? Well, it's not deformed. I burned it when I was a little kid. I grabbed a hot light bulb like this. Ah, no. Oh, no. I said, oh, no. And my skin was melting. Ah. Finally, I got my hand off, and then it was melted like this when I was a kid. I couldn't open it more than like this. I couldn't do that. Then when I was 18 and my hand was done being growing, then they did surgery to make it so I could open it this much. I still can't open it all the way flat like this. But whatever. It hasn't hurt me at all.
Why was the light bulb so hot?
That's such a generational question.
That's what I was thinking. It must have been
Regular old-fashioned light bulbs got very hot.
Wow.
The regular you can still incandescent bulbs. You can still get them.
No. I mean, the ones even now, like, I always have to, like...
You leave a high, like, also, they didn't used to have energy conserving light bulbs. If it was 100 watts, it was 100 watts. And, it would get very hot.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit more mechanical devices back in the day, a little thicker and higher wattage. And yeah, so that's how my hand got burned.
How old were you?
9 months old.
Oh my goodness.
I was only 9 months old when that happened. So I got injured a couple times when I was very young. The other thing I did, and people will say, "Oh, I could tell," Eric, is I was in one of those stand in it and walk yourself around circles that babies have, It's like it's like circle on the top, circle on the bottom, and wheels on the bottom of that, and you put a baby in the middle of it, and they walk around.
Oh yeah, like a walker.
Yeah, like a walker, I guess. Baby walker.
Right? You're like the baby's in the middle, and it's like a round.
Broken and has fused back together here. So obviously, as far as I can tell, not too much brain damage. Hopefully. I always thought myself as an ENFP, but he thinks because I tried to reason with him that I use TI. Don't most of not, if not all types, use some form of logic? Well, yeah, it would depend on how you tried to reason with them. I mean, like, for example, Cloud, who's ESFP, nevertheless is able to say, here's something that appears to contradict something else you say, Eric. Well, he might say, well, look, you're always doing SI because you say that SI is referencing the past and you're pulling information from the past when talking right now, Eric. You're saying the same things you always say. That's a TI argument. It's saying definitionally you've said it's this, and as a consequence, it is that, and therefore this behavior of yours that appears to contradict does to contradict, and that's a TI argument. But he's polar TI. So what to make of that? Well, it's very base level TI. Everybody has to have base level whatever. I have base level feelings. It means I can at least figure out happy and sad. I may not be able to figure out a lot of complicated emotions, but I can figure out when I'm like miserable and when I'm not, I guess. I can figure out when I'm angry. So you have some basic logic necessarily, even if you're TI polar. You can tell when things directly contradict themselves. It's the further the distance between reasoning work between claim of contradiction that it requires less. So frustrating. Yeah, so frustrating.
I'm pretty socially retarded too. Just so you know. I'm very awkward.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Octavio. I will. Short but frequent bursts. I should do that. Hi, CJ O'Connell. Thank you for your suggestion, Octavio Silva.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time. What a bargain.
You get to talk to C.S. Joseph himself?
That's pretty much what you're paying for.
Wow. But he's so big and important and exclusive. I gotta close these doors.
Sure thing.
I'll stop smoking in the house
now. No,
I'll go stand in the doorway.
Okay.
I'm ready to transition away from
Sure.
the house.
Oh yeah? You're ready to transition?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm transitioning now from man to woman, so I'm going to be extra womanly for a little while. Hi, I'm Womanly Eric. How's everybody doing today? Today we're going to talk about woman things. So, Resh, how's your menstruation going? Are you menstruating today? I'm not, but I'm still thinking about menstruation. I'm thinking about my uterus and my ovaries. Good news, I have your amazing compilation of files on deck. What does that mean? I'm curious.
Same.
Okay, guys, it looks like CJ and Octavio have some news for us. What files are you talking about?
Exactly.
Eric more than male Eric?
Never.
One of the Eric's pretty nice. He's pretty pleasant.
Well, I want them to actually say.
I sent
I'm not
CJ
trying
links
to
for
say-
driver's permit test study materials. That's so boring.
That is so funny.
That is so boring, Octavia. So I was looking for forward to something exciting. What I want is
driver's permit test.
what I want is for somebody to take over the role of yeah, you should have spiced it up. You should have said your driver's permit test for which you're being tested by a very attractive same-age peer. Okay, there's a nude hidden in there. Good, thank you. I appreciate
Oh my
it.
gosh.
It did, didn't it? I think it did seem so cool for a second. Now it seems so uncool.
I got like government papers sent to my email once. I have the file. I think I might have finally like deleted the stuff. I was like, that's so cool. Someone sent me like.
So I sent you the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I sent you the wrong email address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too long.
So anyway, today we're just sort of chilling here. We're all hunkering down. I think you know why. The old COVID-19. Oh yeah. Everybody doing the COVID dance. Now, for people like myself and Rachel and probably a lot of people here, we were thinking, why are we doing this stupid stuff? And that's perfectly fine. Perfectly acceptable conclusion to draw. The answer is so that we can spend more time together. Because we don't really get a lot of chance to really settle down and live stream. And now we do.
Ew.
Let's see. Whose is this for? Temperance. This is the watchword of the time at the moment is temperance.
Yeah, it is.
Moderation. Reducing consumption. Smoking a lot more weed though. But reducing consumption in all other areas. At some point today, I am going to have a serious job I'm going to need to do. And that job is go to the weed store. Yes. This is what we're trying to achieve right here. Do you feel the tranquility? I'm going to, I am an ENTP, and my beloved, precious Angel Pants McGee is an INFJ. Named Rachel. Right now we're going to do some tranquility exercises, okay? Some mindfulness exercises. Ready? I want you all to settle into your chair, relax, just take a wiggle to get your muscles all loose, okay? Here we go. Go ahead and close your eyes. Deep breath in. And release. Deep breath in. And release. There. Now we've increased our tranquility by 15%. So we're going to use the tarot today to tell us what exercises we're going to work on to improve aspects of ourselves as we're sitting here. Oh no, Octavio. I'm way too tranquil for that. Way too tranquil. No, I don't quite too. That required me to move my arms too much.
What about whisper shout?
We could whisper shout. I'm the best. All right, so let's see. What else are we going to work on? This is the Pulling Tarot for today's class agenda.
Ooh.
Let's see what we're learning today. We're learning how to play by the book, follow the rules, obey our superiors.
Indeed.
So let's see, what lesson can I provide for that today? Remember, friends, when in doubt, always play by the rules. It's important to return our attention to the traditionally successful and to forsake the new and spur of the moment in favor of steady planning and good protocols and lots and lots and lots of rules. So if you are having a problem, rule number one, make a rule. Okay? A rule that people have to obey or be punished. Number one thing to do in life. There. Okay. Now we're going to learn about betrayal. Betrayal. Okay. Today's lesson about betrayal. Never trust a mail order bride from Reddit. I said that's a good suggestion.
Really is.
Good rule of thumb. Don't get for yourself a bride from Reddit. Good
The tarot
advice. Good
speaks.
advice. The tarot speaks. The tarot speaks. We're learning lessons, life lessons, rules about life that we can apply for all of us every day in our daily doings.
Thanks,
Abby?
Cloud.
How about eBay or Ebby?
Mhm.
What's Ebby? Oh, another life lesson. This one is
Ooh.
9 swords. Let me look up. Octavia, can you put 9 swords for me, please? So I don't have to look it up.
That's what friends are for.
Let's see what we're learning about. We're going to learn what we learn about terror, inability to cope, deep unhappiness, at the breaking point, anguish, focusing on the past. Okay, so for our life lesson today, what we need to remember is that it's always darkest before the dawn, and we're going to use the example of my beloved cat Capio, my PP, my PNP, as she's sometimes known.
Mhm.
Now, my beautiful PNP is sitting down over there. I pulled this card for her. Do you remember? This was the one I pulled. Before I pulled the Justice card, I pulled this card for PP. Why? Because she was out in the world
Ooh.
and her leg was very badly infected and she was suffering and I didn't know where she was. Well, anyway, as soon as the slabs were satisfied that Rachel was back in my clinging arms, then,
Whoa.
oops, sorry.
It's okay.
Then, as soon as she came here, PP appeared. She found her, and we took her to the vet. And now they bandaged her leg, and she's going to be just fine. We've
Yep.
given her medicine. She have another pill to give her at 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
and the slabs are satisfied. It did cost $750, but the slabs are satisfied, and that's what's important. So if you're feeling like this, that you're stuck outside, it's raining, your leg's super infected, and you're waiting for it to heal, but it's just getting worse, remember, Rachel will show up shortly, find you, and you'll be taken to the vet.
Can I just show you? It says PP at the bottom.
Does it?
PP.
Wow. Right there it says.
Yeah.
You guys can't see that, but interesting. Okay, let's see what our next life lesson is. And Rachel, if you decide if you pull one of these, you have thoughts about a life lesson, please do chime in. I know sometimes I don't give you the space. Oops.
Ooh.
The devil.
The devil.
What do we have to say about the devil?
Well, she's like on her boogie, and there's someone creeping up behind her with a rainbow for some reason. I don't know why the rainbow's there. Maybe she's of the same type. Yeah, maybe it's the lesbian in them. And but she's like tied up, so like she's gonna be like, "I'm gonna save you." Shh, 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 shh.
Well, what it shows here is the devil is attachment to either your cups or your pentacles or your swords or your wands.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fair to say that our current response as a society to the virus is being attached to our pentacles. Well, here's all these protocols we can use to be effective in the world. And because we're so attached to the pentacles, we're letting the swords get rusty and dull. We're letting the sticks break, and we're letting the cups all pour out onto the ground.
Yep, and somewhere over the rainbow is
you. My realist self is my lesbian self.
That was my Freud interpretation.
Yeah, I'm tarotting. These are life lessons or world lessons to be learned from a given card. Okay, so they're not about anybody in particular against this
No.
card. Let's see what this one is.
Ooh, you
Gee.
gotta party with Jesus. I'm sorry. It's just that's what's saying it to me.
Dinner with Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Right. This is saying party with virtue. Party with virtue, and your cups will all have flowers in them or be choices or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're partying with evil, then you'll end up with the 5-cup card. You have 3 cups spilled over, you have 2 cups you can still look at, but they aren't that good. This is what it means to manifest your real moral agency in full, and not and sort of reject the negative, evil parts of the world.
It's
That's-
rejoicing.
Yeah, then you get to have dinner with Jesus.
Or Cat Stevens. whatever you
Or
prefer.
Cat Stevens. You get a choice. Cloud wants a card. Okay, Cloud. This card's both for you and whatever lesson it teaches us about society. Ooh, been getting a lot of the old 10 sticks. Overburdened. You got white stuff coming off of your head. You got a little shovel and a lot of leaves. You're like, why didn't I bring a rake? I got to get all these leaves, and they keep falling down, and I keep trying to get them with a little shovel, and it's a waste of my time. And oh my god, I'm never gonna end. And it's fucking torture. It's cold. My blanket keeps falling off me. I got this
Yes.
horrible poncho. It's hideous. On top of a rain jacket. It's just. So the thing is, when you're feeling like that, when the world's feeling like that, well, it's time to everybody just stop for a second. Here's another life lesson. This is very much like the tranquility exercise we tried, except it's called the bong rip exercise.
Yeah.
When you're feeling this way, overburdened, obligation, burnout, uphill struggle, taking on too much, end in sight, keep going like fun. You might not want to keep going right away. You might want to take a moment before you keep going.
Yep.
Just take a moment, not a long time. Pause for a minute.
Yep.
And pull a bong rip.
It's really great advice.
It really is. So, Cloud, I guess that card is telling you it's time to pull a bong rip. I transubstantiate this bong rip to Cloud. Cloud,
Yay!
I hereby transubstantiate this bong rip as an official apology for all the times I've been kind of mean and dickish to you because you're pissing me off. All right. Blood on my head card. That if you include a baby in the mix, pouring blood on your head, something's gone awry. But I'm not exactly sure what this one card is. I think it's some sort of like gatherings or I'm not sure.
Yeah, gatherings, right?
We'll see what Octavio says when he pastes it in here if he does. 3 of Cups, yes. 3 of Cups. Baby pours blood on your head card. Reunion celebrations, parties, socializing, gatherings, indulgence, happy times. Hi, Missy and Davenport. Your internet is blinking and I am buffering.
Oh my god.
That would be great. That would be great if I could DM that game. Okay, sorry about the buffering, everybody. We will reset our internet when we're done with this stream. The thing about the 3 Cups is the life lesson from the 3 Cups, Maddie Sanchez, is don't listen to the virus, people. Go out, socialize, gather, in gatherings of more than 100, please, if possible. You're the queen of your own emotions. The inside of you is the ability to sit on top of water.
True.
It might jostle you. You can see it's about to jump into her.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like it? Could be.
There's
Oh, it's a dolphin.
There's
Yeah, I understand we're buffering a bit. I'm sorry about that. I will reset our internet when we're done with the stream.
how bad is it?
Here you go. You went to work today, Missy Ann Davenport? Should I just end it? Here, best daddy ever. 3 Pentacles. You're the apprentice, showing what you can do, learning new shit, handling stuff. You know, we all have to improve ourselves and our ways in America today, even if we're not Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missy Ann Davenport. 5 of Pentacles. You know what that means? You know what that means? It means stop letting babies blindfold you.
Yeah.
That's the message of that one.
It's understandable. They're cute, but
Yeah, you're letting too many babies blindfold you.
yeah.
And temporary financial hardship, feeling the world's against you, negative change of circumstance. Remember, you are allowing that baby to blindfold you. All you got to do is smack it like that, and it'll go away. All right? Babies are not that tough. Even if you yell at it, it'll probably be enough. Oh, was that for Best Daddy Ever? Or was that for Missy Davenport? I forget. All right. Oh, that was for Missy Ann Davenport.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Here you go, DEEOG. 1, 2, 3. Gets a card. It's the Ace of Cups. Oh, yeah, yard.
We're a baby in a cup.
Oh, right. Cool. Gotcha, Octavio. You're way ahead of me. Now, this is a card I would say you look how much further away from the water you are than that lady was. A lot further away. That means you're a lot less likely to get splashed. New relationships, new beginnings in love or happiness socializing. In other words, if you get splashed, that means you get splashed with anger or sadness.
Yeah.
And if the waters are calm like this, you're happy, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kintier wants to make an announcement, please, everybody. He is eating corn flakes and yogurt.
How is that?
This 4 of Cups, I think, is for me and Rachel. I just get the sense it is.
4.
I'm not sure what
4 cups.
I'm not sure what the 4 of Cups is all
I
about.
think it's
Let's see. I really get the sense it is for Rachel, to be honest.
really.
Yeah. I know I saw this card and I thought it reminded me of you somehow.
Oh.
Regret, missed opportunities, stagnation, focusing on the negative, self-absorption, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Not a very good card.
No, it's not.
Well, maybe
Hmm.
it looks so idyllic. It looks like a nice
look,
card.
it
You know?
it looks like he has like
It's going like
the
this.
type in his. Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
Yo, baby, other cup.
It looked like such a pleasant card. I wouldn't mind sitting there.
for
Well,
the-
this is what
for
we're
the
doing right
ones that
now.
I have, it says ponder, consider. It's just like I am pondering. I'm thinking a lot about
This
everything.
this
that's
is the
going on
world right now. You know, it's this person sitting against the tree and going,
That's-
okay, well now what?
That's
I got an angel flying in with a cup. I got 3 cups already stacked up. I can't really finish my stack right now because everybody's locked down because of the virus. You know,
yeah.
it gives me that feeling.
Is that bad?
No, I thought it was good. I felt
Me
it,
too.
the card.
I'm
Look,
not-
when I saw it, it felt like somebody we'd gotten away from a place that was troublesome and to a place that was calm and peaceful. I guess that's why I made the linkage with you.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I like that's how I sit too. Like if I were to sit on the grass with the tree, I'd be pondering like that.
Another cites 4 of Cups definition: meditation, contemplation, apathy, and reevaluation. I think that's totally
Yeah.
appropriate for us. Okay, Cloud,
Yeah.
here, you greedy Cloud boy.
The hermit.
You need to go into Hermitage. You've got COVID. Lock yourself in a closet. But the key thing to remember about this card is what it's warning you is saying, hey, watch out. Someone might try to steal your stick of fire. Okay? This guy's going to try to grab his stick. Hey, what are you doing grabbing my stick, yo? Look at the guy. He's like looking at him like, the hell? The hell you're going to grab my fire stick?
Yeah.
Thanks, Winston's mom. I was upset when I discovered that
He
it was a
does.
bad card that I had chosen for Rachel. It's like, ay. I didn't mean that.
I know, and I know you didn't. 10 of Swords. This one's been common too.
Ten of Swords. The message for the world from the Ten of Swords today. Let's find out what it is. Okay, so look. You can see she's got this glowing white stuff around her, right? That's her lively essence inside of her. But she's got shit set up all around her due to a series of mishaps and mistakes, so that she goes any direction, she pokes herself with the butt of a sword, except for up. And it's the only direction she goes up, you know? So that's how the world's feeling right now, is we've got swords all around us that are going to poke us into our white stuff if we move in either direction.
Mm-hmm.
The dream is pixelated. 123 says, you two have such a lovely way of being Rachel and Eric. I hope one day to find a type that suits me somewhere. I hope so too. I hope that for everybody. And I appreciate you saying that.
Yes.
And I really do wish that for everybody.
I agree.
I hope that everybody finds their soulmate. Because that's really what this is it's my soulmate.
Yeah.
It's my Rachel Apolos.
Oh, darn it. So I'm like the emotions.
1, 2, 3. Here you go. You're going to get a pull. A pull. This is your eagerness. Your eagerness is represented by the Chariot.
Number 7.
No, you're my lol mate, Cloud. You're not my soulmate.
1, 2, 3. Think of that Ace of Cups.
This is
Lovely day for lovins.
This is your dread self. That was your eagerness self. This is your dread self. Oh shit! I gotta pay bills and handle my shit. And oh my god, fuck this noise. Brewmate. Okay, so we did your eagerness self, your dread self. Here's your sacred self. Things you find sacred.
King of
Pentacles. Oh, you got a fiance, huh? Gentle 1969. Gentle 1969, please and thank you. Yes, I will pull them for him. King of Pentacles. This means basically that's your sacred self. When you are expressing the sacred, you are being like that, okay? And then lastly, it's your blasphemous self. The aspects of the holy that you reject. Your blasphemy self is the 9 of Swords.
Challenges.
Cloud, will you stop trying to start fights with everybody all the time? Your blasphemous self. In other words, you're most blasphemous when you refuse to trust in the divine and experience terror. Terror and yeah. What's your sacred self? Oh, he'll get there. Trust me. I know Cloud's ways. I know Cloud's ways. But I mean, that's fine since she's Indian. Winston's mom was fine because they're all used to arranged marriages. Okay, now next up, the best daddy ever wants a full pull instead of just partial pull. Fine, best daddy ever, you're gonna get it, especially since you're the best daddy ever. So here we go. First, we have your eagerness self. Ooh, you're eager to get poking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, best daddy ever is eager. We know what you're eager about. That's right. Now your dread self. You dread victory? Interesting. Are you self-defeating? Do you sometimes, you're afraid of success? Is that what that is? I think 4 of sticks is victory.
Yes, 6 of sixes.
4 of sticks, Octavia. 4 of sticks.
I thought it was 6.
Oh no, my bad. Wait. Yeah, it's 6 of sticks. My bad. I got the 1 and the 5 backwards in my mind. 6 of sticks, not 4. All right. Now your eager. No, your sacred self. That's what we're doing next. Your sacred self.
Woo!
Wheel of Fortune. You're your best on the fly. When shit's flying at you, just like random shit, yeah. Fuck yeah, random shit, yeah. Like that. Okay, Cloud, you're going to pull a third card in a second. And then your blasphemy self. This one again. This card keeps
10 of
showing
6,
up.
man.
10 of 6
I mean,
is
10 of
all over the place, right?
Yeah.
See, I mean, the
Oh,
reason I call them sticks in this deck is because they look like sticks.
I know, I like that. It just makes
Yeah.
it makes me laugh because it's like I don't really like. It's just I guess maybe kind of like a
There's never been-
paradox.
But there's never been wands this long, right? You know, I mean, this long is no
No.
longer a wand. It's either a staff or a stick or something.
I know. I like sticks. I think it you give sticks like some legitimacy.
Okay, good.
And sticks is a funny word. I don't
yeah,
know why.
I know. I like it
It's a
too.
kid word. Sticks.
Okay. So, this is Cloud's
Ooh.
third card right here.
Ooh, Cloud.
Queen of Swords. That means you're snappy with your chatting and you're like, fuck you, no fuck you.
Mhm.
Except better than that.
There's probably some fuck yous in there.
Is there probably a few. Honest, protective, self-reliance, realistic, skeptical, open-minded, problem solver. I'm Cloud. Talk is cheap. Overthinkers, you need to shut your mouths. I'm Cloud. I'm the Queen of Swords. I'm realistic. I'm skeptical. Okay, but I'm also open-minded. And I'm honest and I'm protective of my own feelings. And I don't need your logic. Okay, I'm self-reliant. I'm Cloud. There, Cloud. How do you like that? Let's do a poll. Talkers just blah, blah, blahing until they perish. Exactly. See? Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Queen of Swords. Right on cue. high five, Octavia Silva. And the good news is this is socially distancing approved. Okay, I say thee nay. Let's find out I say thee nay. I say thee nay's moistest part.
It is very moist.
Queen of Cups, very moist. Remember, that's the moistness card, actually. I realized this now that I read the description last time. This is the moistness card. Easily hurt. That's the very definition of moistness right there. Easily hurt.
Well,
Watch out. You'll get splashed.
Well, if the fish hits her, she'll probably, be embarrassed.
Well, I think if the fish were to hit her, she'd feel an obligation to cradle in her lap and she'd get all wet.
I'm
and she'd
sorry.
be like, oh my gosh, now I'm all wet. But, oh,
My hair.
you guys, why am I sitting out in the middle of the ocean? Okay, that's your moist part. Now, your driest part. This is the most like, fuck you and your feelings. Okay, that's the driest part. Your feelings do not matter. Knight of Swords.
Yeah.
Your driest part is this one. Okay.
Intellectual speediness.
Mm-hmm. And your humidity irrelevant part.
Ooh.
And this is the part of you that's humidity irrelevant. King of Swords. Interesting.
So I think these cards will do good in humidity.
So your driest part occurs when you're required to have quick wit, to be the negation person. No, I say the nay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is how you manifest. This is how you manifest your dry part. But this is how you manifest neither wet nor dry.
you become the king.
Methodical, playing by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Logical reasons,
Wonderful.
self-discipline. Good. Very good. All right, I say thee nay. There you go. You're a thinking type. You're not a feeling type. That third one probably would have been more in the feeling area.
Mm-hmm.
So the third one sort of favors the Tarot of the Tarot. Okay, how's the deck doing today? How you feeling today, Tarot deck? Are you feeling appreciated? 2 cards for you, huh? The deck's feeling
Interesting.
overburdened, right? No, wait, no, that's not overburdened.
That
What this one?
is.
No, that's the 10 of sticks.
Oh, 10 of 6. This one's it's
10 of swords. It's
yeah.
uh
I could just always say stabbed in the back.
this is the recovery. Wait, no, wait. Let's see what he says there. Betrayal, enemies, failure, breakdown, rock bottom, nail in the coffin, overly dramatic flame victim.
And this is like the marriage one.
10 there's 2 10s.
Yeah, so that's the
What deck is this? This is the Connolly deck. The 10 of Cups, happiness, family, long-term relationship, stability, harmony, abundance, wholeness, fulfillment. So I guess he's saying, look, I'm a tarot deck. I go from meow to meow.
True.
I don't necessarily have a mood. I'm telling you your guys' moods.
Like,
It goes from meow to meow.
yeah,
See what I'm saying?
accurate.
Yeah. Thanks, deck. We appreciate the fact that you're others focused. You know,
Yeah,
the deck's not
it's
selfish.
a beautiful deck, really. Like the details and the colors are so beautiful. I love the colors.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Take a short break over here, perhaps. Rachel will handle your tarot needs in my absence.
Sure.
Just to warn you, Rachel, we got a big job to do later. We're gonna have to go get some more fish food.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Which types lie the most and the least? Terra Corona? Oh, I will. And Octavio, of course. I'll do Octavio first because he asked first. And then a Tarot for coronavirus. Octavio Silva. Ooh, Octavio Silva, you got the 6 of Cups. There you go.
That's what happens after you're done crying over spilt milk.
Yeah, this is friendship and I think nostalgia as well. Yeah, nostalgia, youthfulness. It's like childhood fun. Those childhood emotions. That's good on a day like today. Having fun with your friends. This is for coronavirus strength. It's going strong.
Virus hysteria is working its magic.
Yep. And that the woman in the card's like, God damn. Inner strength, bravery, confidence. It's Coronavirus knows that it's a virus. That's for sure. Compassion, overcoming self-doubt. Maybe it's mutual regarding biology consciousness. Yeah. It's like the consciousness is the lion. Ask Corona when it will leave us all the fuck alone. Yeah, it is. It is a guided process. Yeah, it is. Patience is a good thing. That's a part of strength. We share DNA with chimps. I will need to source this, but I do not think we evolved from apes. We all began as fish. I am going to pull the next one for Winston's mom. She got 2. Ooh. The Emperor. You are feeling on top of things. Taking charge and taking names. Thanks, 1, 2, 3. The lockdown in Italy is quite bad. Are you in Italy? The best daddy ever? The Emperor has no clothes. Are you naked, Winston's mom, right now? And you also got the 3 of coins. You are feeling like you are learning. Taking.
Rachel, we're going to be in for a surprise when we go to visit Winston's mom. She actually lives in a nudist colony.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll be a shock to us, but we'll have to get used to it, I guess.
Oh. Oops. Bye, Octavia Silva.
Bye, Octavia Silva.
I'm sorry. What makes it so bad? The best daddy ever. The coronavirus and the lockdown and everything. I was thinking when we end, we can end with the the frequency.
Yeah, totally. Oh, Rachel, I can tell you've been in the deck. You know, all turned around.
I'm so sorry.
Willy nilly. It's fine, darling. It's fine, my precious angel. We're good. Yep, this one. I don't like reversals.
I know. I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. I just don't read it.
If you're going to live till 2050, you'll see life extension. I mean, the thing is, we're already experiencing a lot of life extension, to be honest. It's just not of this sort of official kind of life extension that people think.
Now, if you go to a nudist colony, do you have to do you have to be naked too?
I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't really live in a nudist.
I know that. I know that.
Oh, my precious
You really
angel.
live in a nudist colony.
I do. The Emperor has no clothes equals Trump. I mean, I think Trump's actually, he's doing what I would call a normal job right now, which is not necessarily a good job, but it's not an unusually bad job. He's actually responding like a president would normally. Now, if he were right, he'd respond like I keep saying one should respond to this and not how he's responding, but may I? Thank you. Is your head up Cloud's butt? Clouds? Or
That's
up
a
some
good
other part of
question.
them? Maybe you're up some other part of them. Oh, never mind. Your head is in the clouds, not the cloud. Fine. You cannot leave the house if not for work reasons, groceries, your pet's needs. I have a big test for Pepper, and having people yelling all day in the house is just killing my brain cells. Oh, well, you're in Italy, so everybody's constantly yelling. Mm-hmm. They don't have any other volume but yelling in Italy, as far as I can tell.
It's facts. Can I have my soda that I left on the floor?
New Jersey's on curfew. Nuts. Why? Why is it on curfew? How is that helping? What the fuck is this nonsense that's going on? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Most successful and smart people never talk about the president, while the lower class always talks about him. Oh, well, I guess we're lower class. How sad for me. I didn't realize that was lower class. I guess I am. You're upper class, though, Claude, because you never talk about him. The hysteria is seriously annoying, and I predict our cultural media fueled inability to navigate the divide between hysteria and same prevention measures are going to cost us a great deal. I think we're going to learn a lot from this one.
From this election?
No, from this virus.
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah.
I don't have such a binary view on them.
Me neither.
It's a psychological fault you let outside forces affect you. Remember, guys, nothing universal matters. It's only the particulars, my feelings, and what I do that matters. Right, Cloud?
Oh, God. What if I said I didn't really know what I was feeling right now, except for maybe like content? I feel like content is not really a feeling, it's like a state of being.
This is a good topic, Rachel. I'm constantly that way. I don't really know what I'm feeling right now, if you were to ask me. If I were to try to identify what I'm feeling, yeah, contentment, safe, settled.
Are those are feelings, right? I don't fucking know sometimes. I'm so confused.
Feelings are confusing. It's hard to say.
But those are nice terms.
I mean, I definitely feel a lot more of those things than I did before you were here.
Oh, my babies. Me too.
I love you with my heart.
I love you with mine.
Rachel is an isotoner glove factory inside of my chest.
Thanks, baby. Could you do a pull for me?
Of course, my darling. Of course, my precious Wonder Pants. So here we go. This is your eagerness self. Transition. Death. Change, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I always like to take.
You blow shit up.
What, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You blow shit up. You're eager to blow shit up.
Possibly I always identify like the skeleton. I like to think that I do things in a skeleton way when I do the death card. I like skeletons.
This is your hesitancy card. 6 is hesitancy. What's that? Victory?
Yeah.
You're hesitant to accept victory. See, I think this is sort of the old you. I think you've transitioned from this, being obsessed with blowing shit up because nothing was right ever. Now something's right, you don't need to blow shit up,
No.
And you're still probably hesitant to trust in the final victory of the thing, although you ought to. But this is your sacredness card. This is where your most sacred is, I guess, dealing with this shit.
Sacred?
Yeah.
Probably.
It means you're most well aligned with the divine in regards to those matters.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because when you were talking about it before and you said that you can only go up, I'm like, I thought of myself in an airplane.
And this is your blasphemy card, the area where you're not very well aligned with the divine.
God. This is the story of my life. Are you kidding me?
In other words, your tendency to blow shit up over here in the eagerness thing
yes,
is not consistent with the divine. Okay.
No.
And your hesitancy card is probably also not consistent with the divine because it keeps things in this stage right here of not finishedness, right? This is an unfinished stage, and this is a finished stage.
Yep.
Now, this thing where you are most successfully manifesting the divine is in how you respond to like the various trapping hardships of your life.
Yeah.
But I would declare this to be the Rachel that you are now resting your way through.
Yeah, because
and finishing this Rachel, sort of this period of Rachel,
Absolutely, it is because this card is like a birth card of mine because like my birthday is on the 16th. So it resonates with this card, the Tower, but also the Chariot card, and I feel more resonant with that.
The Chariot now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really see this as the Rachel that the slabs brought to me, and then I see you as sort of realizing that when you have a solid foundation on which you're standing with in terms of your life, the people around you and stuff, then um, things are you don't have to keep doing this because you're not blowing up shit that's wrong.
No,
And you had to keep doing that because shit kept
Yeah.
being wrong.
I did. You're right.
Now you do a pull for me.
Okay.
You do the same thing
Okay.
if you don't mind, or whatever you
Oh,
feel
well,
like
can
doing.
you say what they were? I
Yeah,
don't
sure. The
remember.
first one is the eagerness.
Yeah.
The eagerness area.
Okay.
Is terror an NI thing? I don't really get the appeal. Sorry. It's an any NI thing. The thing is, I generate various meanings about the card, and people find those meanings to link to specifics in their life, and that's how it works. Basically, this is my eagerness card. That's true. I'm always eager to start new things. Oh, which path am I going to go down? I'm going to pick a path.
Or like the tradition.
Come on, though, dog.
Or the
Let's go. It was fun.
Sometimes it's interpreted as the dog trying to warn the fool, actually, that like there's trouble ahead or something, and the fool is just like, whatever.
Yeah, the dog's saying, okay, stop. Why don't you choose a path rather than just wander one path while looking the other direction?
I love that card.
All right,
I love
so yeah, that's my eagerness. I
Okay.
agree with that.
What's the next one?
The next one is my hesitancy or dread card. I'm hesitant to deal with. Learning. I mean, the thing is, I'm not hesitant to learn, but I'm hesitant to be in this position of proving myself to these people. I don't like to have to prove myself to people like this, and I like to things be judged on their merits without involving the FE or the TE aspects of things. That's true enough. Okay, and then next would be my sacred area. Things that I align with the divine about well.
Making choices.
Having lots of choices and possibilities and stuff. So what this is telling me is when my NI is active and I'm choosing the right cup, then I'm in line with the divine. And then I'm just standing there probably looking at all the cups for too long, and I'm not.
That's like Sylvia Plath.
And this is the blasphemy area. Judgment. So I guess in that regard, I can be prone to too definitive a conclusion sometimes. Maybe I'm not sure. I can pass too firm a judgment or be too quick to condemn somebody for wrongness or something like that. In other words, probably my correct judgment runs afoul of people's FI, and that's not nice. That makes sense.
Yeah. I want to pull a card for cups.
Okay. This is what she pulled for us. Ace of Cups. The only card that would have been more appropriate would be Two of Cups, but even then, what this is saying, it's a new Reese. We've transitioned from the certain level of the world in the video game to the next level of the world in the video game. So in that regard, it's a new beginning. But we're now empowered because we have our adamantium armor on, and I've got the fiery sword of truth, and you've got the crossbow of justice.
Yeah.
And we're fighting the forces of evil on the new level.
Yeah.
Crossbow of justice is a powerful weapon.
This was on the bottom, so I consider this kind of like a Two of Cups situation.
Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. I'm the Ace of Swords. She's the Ace of Cups. Sword fits into the cup perfectly.
Yeah.
This is the cervix here.
Yeah, it is.
Should IQ tests or could they be created to test each type based on their skills? So 16 separate tests to make functional instincts. Look, I mean, the thing is, well, you wouldn't necessarily need 16 separate tests. You need 16 separate type of test questions that could definitively establish the thing. You could set it up for 16 separate tests, right? But you don't necessarily have to. Regardless, the answer is for some of them, yes, and for some of them, no. And the key to making those kind of tests is being able to distinguish between the kind of thing you're measuring and how well you're successfully measuring it. So It's very difficult to test FE directly on a test. It would have to be some sort of evaluatory procedure. There comes my dad. Some kind of evaluatory procedure that. Come on in, Dad. What's going on?
Did you put the mac?
Rachel got in trouble.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah,
I
Rachel got in
didn't
trouble
think of
because she
it.
didn't put the mac and cheese back in the fridge. And,
I didn't know.
David said you better put that mac and cheese back in the fridge. And she didn't do it. So,
No.
big trouble.
Oh no.
I plant my seeds. It's my maneuver. Say what you like. And I say, okay, boomer. Is boomer an
Boomer?
insult for old people? I think it is,
Yeah. And honestly, I don't like being called a millennial.
Well, it's better than being called the molester.
Yeah, it really is.
Those are your only two choices.
It really is. I know.
Hi, Eileen. So, anywho, Boomer Girl wasn't even that cute. Who's Boomer Girl?
Boomers are cool. They did stuff.
SJ's got to do what they got to do, is right.
Yeah.
My dad's, I guess, making an effort to make sure that Rachel doesn't annoy him or something. I got a lot of this shit at the beginning of when I moved in here too, where I was always being reminded about little details until I got accustomed to it all.
Yeah. I don't remember, honestly.
The
You
girl
really-
in the Sanders top dancing on TikTok. Who's the
Oh my God.
Who's the girl in the Sanders top dancing on TikTok? Is that some sort of meme right now or something?
Yeah.
He's been seen before it becomes an issue. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Yeah, my dad's cool. He's not trying to make things difficult. He's trying to avoid having things be difficult.
Yeah.
And he's and that's where intentionality comes in. Like what my dad seems to have that not necessarily every ESTJ has is fundamentally an intention that people be happy. Like he doesn't. He wants everybody to feel as though they're getting what they want. Now he's kind of that runs afoul sometimes of FE stuff because not every time everybody always knows what they want. Like my dad would like us to know more clearly what we want, I think.
From what?
In general in life, like when we go to Hawaii, for example, he wants to know what it is that we want so that he can make it happen. But we don't necessarily know what we want.
Yeah. I've never been there, and I kind of but see, that's the thing. Like, when I go on a vacation, like, I don't necessarily need to do like tourist stuff. Sometimes I don't even like that stuff.
My IQ is 90. How do I get it higher? I don't know. You don't. It's probably not. I'm sure you're not telling the truth. Pick a celeb and articulate. The ultra rich and other poverty lean towards socialism, etc. I mean, in general, I would say it boils down to the amount of FI in their calculus. The more FI people are, the more they lean towards socialism and stuff because they don't understand that it's inherently oppressive and always going to result in more harms than good.
What else? I could think. I never think of like things to do.
You never think of things to do?
Like I'm trying to think of like I don't know how to TE.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, TE is a lot of different things in the sense that you could talk about it as a value. As a value, it would be, depending on the kind of TE. If it's mixed with SI, what does it value a lot? Things like putting the thing back in the fridge. That's very, very important to TE SI. Why don't you put that back in there? Because my dad hasn't left, so I'll see you putting it back in there.
Okay.
It's good. Sort of FE thing.
Sure.
Put some saran wrap on it. You know what saran wrap is? It's right underneath the microwave. Or right in front of the microwave.
Is it? Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you grab my-
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let me get out of your way. Are there cold? You put beers in there? You put beers in there.
Did I? I don't know. Oh no, I put them out. I left them
Don't
out.
put it in this fridge, put it in the inside fridge.
Okay, cool. I left them here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are there sodas in here?
Yeah.
Put it in the inside fridge.
Oh, okay, cool.
The saran
I
wrap.
fucking hate FE shit like this. Oh,
This is fine. It's probably
I
not
know.
in there, but yeah, just the saran wrap beneath the microwave.
what?
The saran wrap is beneath the microwave.
Okay.
Okay, well, why am I repeating it?
Because I asked you to.
No, because you didn't. You seem to not be understanding
Because
what I'm
I
saying.
don't like to do saran wrap in front of people. Damn.
You don't like to do saran wrap.
No, because it's always difficult.
I know it
hate
is. I
saran
know.
wrap.
Listen, hey, listen. You might get a saran wrap lesson if you go in there right now. Be prepared for it.
I'm not gonna remember it.
It's very simple. You just pull it and
I
you just do
know.
that red thing across.
It's always longer than I need it to be. I just know myself.
DE polar in a nutshell, right there. This whole saran wrap thing is a challenge for her. What kind of an FE user does what? Has problems with saran wrap? One that's TE polar, obviously. He doesn't like to do saran wrap in front of people. You know you're TE polar if you say that sentence right there, okay? Hey, Cloud, look. You can request it as much as you want. I'm not going to purposely put my crotch in front of the camera for longer just because you enjoy it. Technically, you can improve your performance on IQ tests by studying correctly.
Dad just took it from me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did he
yeah.
say?
He just wanted us to make sure that we were like eating it. That's all. He's like, and then he's like, I'm gonna put it in another container, like probably a Ziploc one or whatever. He's like, I just wanted to make sure like that like you were eating it or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I handed it to flip out. I just feel so dumb sometimes.
No, but
like,
listen, this is a good a good like thing that just happened because it reinforces the fact that he's not you're not nobody's looking to ever bust your chops for the TE poll.
Okay, cool.
Okay, see the thing is you're used to having your chops busted about
Yeah,
it.
I hate it.
That's not gonna
like
happen
looking over
here.
my shoulder, and it's like, just let me do my thing.
IQ tests are biased towards high levels of multiple forms of intelligence over specialized intelligence. So, for example, I probably wouldn't score very well on an IQ test because my spatial intelligence is terrible.
Because you're what?
My spatial intelligence is terrible. Spatial intelligence is like they have these questions on there where they say, here's the thing that's been unfolded. If you fold it up to look like a square, which side will the triangle be on? Okay. And that's the capacity to mentally model spatial things. I can't do that for shit. So, because those kind of things get tested on IQ tests, I'm going to do really bad at those kind of things. And I'm going to score fairly mediocre on an IQ test. On the verbal reasoning parts, I'm going to score extremely well. But then there's other kinds of tests, other kinds of intelligence that don't typically make the test, although there's a specific test for it. Things like ideational fluency. If there was an ideational fluency test, I'd score way off the charts, like way outlier, top of it. But that's not going to necessarily show up in an IQ test. So I recognize the fact that I'm not going to ever be considered to be a high IQ person in the way that an INTJ is. It doesn't mean I'm dumber than the INTJ. And that's the important thing to remember is that IQ doesn't mean that much. Rachel, why do you look so concerned?
Because I feel bad. I flipped.
Rachel, it's fine. No problem.
No, but it makes me feel better if I apologize.
I want you to
Bad.
relax and be loved. There's an old book called The Total Woman, and the author tells women to greet their husband at the door only dressed in clear saran wrap. Like, accepted my fate yet? What's my fate? Like, Kurt? What fate am I supposed to accept? Fluid tests measure spatial awareness. Crystallized tests focus more on manipulating and regurgitating information.
Fluid tests, I'm terrible with that. I remember it was second grade and we were doing fluid stuff and I just was sitting there like dumbfounded and no one knew how to teach me it either.
Yeah, saran wrap keeps the infidelity away. It's hard to poke through saran wrap, I suppose. So my card, I want to know what fate I need to accept. Don't saran wrap your face, Scaff-Coo.
Yes.
27, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
It's clear to see that your saran wrap pun goes unnoticed. It's okay to feel bad, Rachel. Okay, saran wrap. Okay,
yeah.
Sarah. That's it's a little, you have to really hear it said out loud.
Oh, yeah, you do really have to.
No, Cloud, we're not adopting you as our son.
Crystallized are dependent on what you've learned, so they are automatically culture biased. That is so weird. I say Vina.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mojen. I don't want to adopt
Mensa
the
is a
real life
joke?
Borat.
What? Wait, what?
Why would I want to adopt a real life Borat? That sounds like a terrible
It
idea.
really does. It really does. Oh, you're my adopted boy.
Pay us to say you were in. Pay us to say you were in the smart club, right? Exactly. Well, I'm a Mensa member, so you know I'm pretty special. Pretty special. Mensa is basically the same idea as all licenses all the time, except for intelligence. It just licenses intelligence.
What is a Borat? It's a great question.
Have a good continuation, guys. What you mean continuing doing what we're doing? Have a good day.
I'm hitting the hay.
Eric is living the life, I see. I am living the life. $11 per year, 11 euros per year is too expensive for Mensa. Yeah, I agree. I am living the life. I'm living the life of loving my love. You might say up dim plates 48 that I have a lot of wonder in my heart. I've got a girlfriend. That feel when GF.
I've got a boyfriend. A boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. I love my Rachel LaPalooza. She's a glove and mitten factory that always makes gloves and mittens in my heart. It makes me go right. That's emotion.
So much emotion.
Have you guys ever gotten to witness emotion before? This is what it looks like when you have emotion. You can see the condensation as we moisten and dampen. Oh, feelings. Oh, the moisture is so down. I feel like I'm moist till wet.
Gosh, your cheek. Seriously, it's so gushy too. Like I feel your cheek. Oh my.
This is called romance. Romance.
Yes.
If you love romance, you're gonna love this movie. Oh my god, it's so romantic. It's a perfect first date movie. He spends the whole time with his cheek pressed against her head. Don't do this, FI. It's disgusting. I'm sure it is
That's
disgusting.
totally.
I accept that. I have to acknowledge that it's disgusting.
I've definitely, yeah. I've definitely had those moments before.
That's why people need to stock up on toilet paper.
Yeah, because of all the moisture.
Mm-hmm. It might be a diabetes carnival for your body. Ooh, yeah. A diabetes carnival for my body. You know how new couples are so annoying? Yeah, they don't care. They never do. We're not even a new couple. We're just a particularly... Oh, we're like two H's and an O. We form water.
Yeah, we do.
She's one H, I'm an H, and we're each half an O.
Yeah.
Together, come together and create dampness, moisture, water.
Yep. It's true.
Because we're each and half an O. Coward, phony, smartass dork. Oh, is that ENTJ, INTJ, ESFP, and ISFP? Oh no, I see that's Alpha Quadrant. Coward, phony, smartass, dork. Who's the coward? Who's the phony? And who's the smartass? And who's the dork? I want to know.
Yeah.
F the world. Do you mean fondle? I say DNA. I say DNA wants to fondle the entire world. Aren't you gonna get tired of fondling after a while? No, Countess, that's grandma. Not gamma.
That's funny.
Well, I guess sometimes if you have a
Okay, yeah.
speech impediment, gamma.
People do call their grandma Gamma or Gammy.
Gammy. I always thought Gammy was so funny.
Gammy's a good name for grandma.
Yeah.
Hi, fish. How you doing? How are my little fish doing today? Are you special and lovely and filled with justice in your heart? Do you know that I specifically demanded at the fish store that they give me only just fish and no unjust fish?
Aww. I love them.
Yeah. No unjust fish in this tank. It's pretty darn important because fish justice is one of the major issues concerning the society today.
I believe it. Tesla said keys to understanding the universe are found in energy, frequency, and vibration.
And my cock.
Yeah. He just left that out because, you know.
He was
people-
jealous.
Yeah,
He was jealous that it wasn't his own cock.
I believe it. Some historical figures even move beyond fondling and right into overt dicking. Wow.
That's good. That's interesting news.
That is
I'm glad we've got a historian here to help.
two. Tesla said the key is Eric's cock. See?
There, someone's paying attention.
Yep. Mujin, care to talk a minute about communication issues INTP have with INTJs? I am an INTP and my younger brother is INTJ. We moved in together. His FI in my absence went out of control.
Yeah, basically INTJs are crazy. That's your problem there.
Take the notes. Advice. Your grandmother might be the Hulk, as her nickname does not fit bathing suit season. Winston's mom. What? Sexy Hulk with glasses.
I'm gonna guess the ENTP is the smartass.
NIFI loops are insane, says Mujin.
And I what?
NIFI loops are insane.
I bet. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that sort of stuff. Every time I think about life as an INFP, I feel so sorry for them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. You have to. It's like when things are at their very worst and I'm just stuck in emotion. That's like their life all the time.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
You know, they've got all these disorders for all these different things. But I guess even for too much FI, they've got a highly sensitive person. It's not really a disorder, but
Oh yeah.
it's a label.
If I don't even mean to. If we're talking sometimes, me and an INFP about like their relationships, and I like just ask a question, I won't hear from them for weeks. But I offended them somehow, and I don't even know.
Rachel, listen. You can accidentally hurt an INFP's feelings literally dozens of times in a single sentence.
You're right.
So it's
You're
a
right.
tricky minefield.
Yeah, it really is. What type is most likely to create world peace?
What type would create world peace?
Yeah.
I mean, probably ENFPs would be most likely to sort of embrace that notion, or ESFPs. It's fine to reopen. But I don't think any type is particularly likely to succeed at that. It's too much a grand undertaking to credit any particular individual with it. But in the end, the type that's most likely to create world peace or make most like direction towards that would be me. most viruses are demonic.
Why?
What do you mean by that?
INTG, INTG. I always do that. INTJ ones. We take over the place, world.
When control everything, there is peace.
No,
No,
see, that's why.
the problem with INTJ taking over is they have that third slot FI, so they all disagree with each other about what ought to be and stuff.
That's why they have them as villains in like so many movies. It's because they take on that idea.
I don't get offended too much, but sometimes random moments can make me question my feelings. INTJ using a fist of iron and foot of lead, a fist of iron and foot of lead, just to show the world that's not really what it wants. Yeah, well, INTJ, me anyway. If I have the pulpit, it'll change the way people talk and think, and that's the most important thing people can do. That anybody can do. You're a melancholic choleric. Well, at least you have my name in your description.
Mm-hmm.
ESTP car salesman, ISTP car repair, ENFJ self-help guru, INFJ weirdo. Okay.
That's funny.
Am I the I just wanted to
Car
clarify.
repair.
Am I the smart ass?
ESTP car salesman. I think it's pretty good actually. Cloud. I have to say that one. Deltoids are associated with deep sleep stages 3 and REM.
Speaking of not successful musical artists, Michael Stipe just fails. He just fails.
Oh
I'm sorry.
my
He
gosh.
just fails.
Is he an INTJ?
He's got to be an ENFP, I think, maybe.
Yeah, he's an ENFP. He looks like.
ENFP Reddit troll, INFP nihilist, ISFJ phony, ISFJ. Let me tell you the story.
Sorry.
Michael Stipe of REM. He just fails. He just so utterly fails. And the reason is too much NE, not enough NI, and the failure to prioritize,
Losing My Religion will be like the only song.
Why should everyone have the right to vote? No, not everyone is qualified to have a decision about the world. Brown, I know, random question, but you are our philosopher. The answer is, it's necessary for somebody to have sufficient, pulpit to change the way people talk and think. And when that happens, then the righteousness of democracy will be restored. ENTP can bridge the divide between thinkers and feelers. I believe I can. I believe I can also bridge the divide between extroverted intuitors and introverted intuitors, and even between extroverted intuitors and extroverted sensors, because at least I'm an action type. The FI one is going to be a struggle for me, but at least I understand the idea of it. And my feeling is that labels are for canned food. I am what I am, and I know what I am.
It does
I'm an
not know
ENFP.
any. Yeah.
That's what I am. FI rearing its ugly head.
I can't lie. I do karaoke to him because I feel like I don't know. I don't even have his range. No, do I? I don't know. Losing My Religion, I do karaoke too, but
he's so wordy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wordy too. I'm not saying that being wordy is inherently bad, but what I'm saying is he doesn't manage his wordiness correctly.
I know. So, oh god, I thought that was the bomb for a second. Jeez.
It wasn't. You're safe.
God.
I believe you're right, Cloud, and I don't mean to lower their self-esteem or whatever. I'm just saying. Isn't that the flaw in democracy? People can be swayed to bad candidates. Well, I think in a status quo, the discourse has shifted in a way that allows that to maximize the ability of that to happen. In other words, the way people are talking about things is not the right way to talk about them. The way this matter is being discussed is not including key arguments. And the thing about framing is framing sets. Once something's been framed, it sets, and then everything proceeds forward from that frame. That's why all this virus is going down the way it is, because the frame wasn't set properly in the beginning. And that's all about language. If I were president, the frame would have been set properly. I wouldn't have said the virus thing is wrong because I have a hunch. I would have said the virus thing is wrong because we're not doing a proper impact calculus here. We need to do that. And if you want to come make these arguments, we need to meow, you need to establish, you need to meet these fucking burdens. And that puts the ball in the other person's court, you know? And so as a consequence, everything plays out differently. But because Trump did it badly and he didn't know, he didn't have a reason why he was right. He had a hunch. His hunch was right, but it doesn't matter because it's not about what is true. It's about how you speak. No, look, it doesn't matter what he wanted. Meatbug channel. That's the important thing. That's what I'm talking about. That's when we're thinking wrong. He wanted the facts. What he should have wanted is clarity about how to make a calculus, how to make a calculation, what calculus to use. That's what he needed to understand. He doesn't understand it. Nobody does. I do, but almost nobody does. Understand how to calculate something. What is the actual calculation that we need to make to determine whether this is good or bad public policy and why? In different contexts, it's different calculations. There are reasons why it's calculation X in circumstance 1 and calculation Y in circumstance 2, and I can articulate all of those. You need to be able to articulate all that shit, or you're gonna fail, as Trump did, even when he's right. Doesn't matter. He talks about it wrong. Yes, I really am serious about being president. It is absolutely necessary. The slabs have dictated it be so.
Mm-hmm.
And almost certainly it's going to be in 2020 now, I'm thinking. It's like, I'm going to either go crash the Republican convention or the Democratic convention, and I'm going to get the nomination, and I'm going to win because it's so patently obvious that I'm so much better than any other candidate could possibly ever be. So, I mean, that's apparently what's going to happen. I had this weird moment the other day. I don't even really want to talk about it, where I found myself speaking out loud about the significance of my not failing. And I wasn't, it just sort of happened abruptly out of nowhere, not even about anything, but it was pretty clear what I was referring to when I was done talking out loud to myself abruptly out of nowhere. I have to succeed at this. It's important, unfortunately, because I don't really want all that responsibility, but that's just what life is throwing my way. That's the thing, Meat Vlog channel. It takes a very special person to successfully be president. It is not an easy job. It is not a job for people who are not qualified. It's not a job for somebody who really wants the job, frankly. It's the job for somebody who understands that he has to take it and do what he has to do to fix the world. So, you know, am I going to save the world? Yes. But not this week. This week is a rest week. I'm chilling. Rachel's chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Gizmo's chilling. What more can I say? Top billing.
Yeah, I love top billing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Gangu.
I want to go inside pretty soon, Rachel, and get Gangu for a while.
Aw.
I kind of got to poo too. Got to poo, then we'll get in Gangu.
And you know, like, I support you going for the presidency 100%, right?
I do believe it for sure. I didn't even doubt it. Never thought about it, frankly. I just assumed you'd be right there beside me the whole time.
Well, that's good. I am.
I can relate to deep sensitivity. I always need a shovel for those moments. You know, I'm deeply sensitive too. I'm in a lot of ways more sensitive than people who are FI. I could probably cry a lot more than people who are FI usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I cry at a drop of a bucket. Anything make me cry, you know? I'm the Dick Vermeil type. If anybody's familiar with Dick Vermeil or not familiar with him, he's a former NFL head football coach.
Hmm.
And every time the team would win a game, because it was like a big win or something, go to the press conference and he'd just be like, I'm so proud of these guys. And I just can't believe it. I just can't believe how hard they tried. And I can't believe everyone won this game. It's just amazing. These guys are the best guys ever. And the tears just streaming down his face. He was famous for always crying at press conferences because, he's so proud of his guys. Well, I got a little bit of that in me. Okay, I definitely have the Dick Vermeil thing going on.
Yeah.
I think Dick Vermeil was probably an ENTP.
What team?
He's coached the Rams for a while. I don't know who. He's coached a number of different teams. He was a head football coach for decades. But, yeah.
Hmm.
How can ENFP best create art? Well, first, they need to check in themselves. How many question marks do I really need? That's the first question, okay? Am I using too many question marks? And the answer in your case, 1, 2, 3 is yes. You're using too many question marks and you're using all caps. So there are 2 artistic mistakes you're making in that chat right there. You can easily repair. EXTPs are actually the most misunderstood type because we don't even acknowledge our own FI. Yeah, it's a challenge to be a bipolar. And the thing is, okay, yes, that one is perfect. Yes. See how much context matters, 1, 2, 3? Do you see how much context matters? Because in this instance, you were absolutely correct. That's artistically perfect. Lesson number 1, learned. You can write it down in your book, put a check mark next to it. You have learned lesson number 1. I agree with you, Tom Jokesson. But here's the thing: if you get in a circumstance where your FI is genuinely attended to, such that I am in, where it's like, okay, now all FI considerations that are of a personal nature and not related to things of the world in general are attended to. I don't have to ever worry or think about my FI anymore. I know Rachel's not going to kick me in my FI nards, as my last relationship partner did all the time. Power and responsibility must be commensurate, else tragedy will result. Masad Ayub. Right. So the thing is, in that regard, I'm very responsible. I think ENTPs are probably going to be one of the most responsible types because they don't like action that's not adequately deliberated about, but they're not allergic to it like INTPs are. Rachel, how do you feel about being first lady?
I feel good about it. It would be an honor.
She'll be a great first lady.
Thanks.
See if Joseph gives a good introduction, though. I mean, if you want to be led astray, if you want your first few chapters of your history book to be entirely wrong, then yeah, it's great. Wow, history was so fun when I took C.S. Joseph's class. Cavemen were flying around in spaceships and shooting lasers at each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And history was such a great introductory class to history because, it's like I really got into it because I never knew that cavemen had laser guns or any of that stuff. Well, okay, yeah, it's an interesting introduction if you don't care all about the truth.
Thanks, I see.
Cloud, if I was a U.S. citizen, I would candidate for president just to oppose you. Thanks, Cloud. Okay, great. And you would win like you always do. I see. Yeah, Cloud, would you like to be my first lady? You and Rachel can have a mud wrestling match to see who gets to be first lady.
Cool. All I gotta do, sweep the leg.
Yeah, sweep the leg. Hey, I wonder when Cobra Kai season is coming out.
Me too.
Are you ready to call it a stream?
Yeah.
Me too. All right.
Card.
Okay, frequency cards. Okay, so we're gonna do these frequency cards. These are teal swan cards. Look at this, teal swan.
Yep. There's a
She must be laughing all the way to the bank. That
You
lady.
know it. She made so like the thing that appealed me to it were I liked the words and the designs on them.
I do like the cards.
She makes like clothing with her designs. That's how she makes her money.
You love Teal Swan. All right, here we go. So this is for Eileen. You got financial freedom. Congratulations. This isn't tarot.
19.
This isn't tarot. This is Teal Swan cards.
Yeah, they're energy frequency cards. So your energy and your vibes. That's what these cards are showing.
Energy frequency vibes.
So
This
it's
one
saying,
is for Winston's mom. So yeah, Eileen, you got financial freedom. Winston's mom, you get heritage. Your vibe is heritageous. You can watch out, Winston's mom. You're heritageous right now. So if you go out, you might give somebody heritage.
and it might look shocking. Number 21.
Okay, let's see who else wants cards. Sarah ISFP. Let's see what your
Hey.
vibe frequency is. Okay,
What's
your
up,
frequency
Sarah?
vibe. Sarah gets the positive intention. Hey, good news, Sarah. You're
Ooh.
well intentioned today. You're not trying to do harm to the world.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Look how vibrant.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 wants a card for their frequency.
Freak me. Freak me.
You get ameliorate.
Ooh.
I like that one. Ameliorate.
Yeah.
You're going to take an existing problem and make it, I guess, mitigated in some fashion. Okay. So that's good. All right. Who's next?
Cloud card.
Cloud. All right, Cloud. Okay, Cloud, chill out. You get uniqueness. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
you
wow.
are so unique. That's wonderful.
You are a unique snowflake.
You are a precious pearl built of your own unique grain of sand. Isaac Roddy, here you go. Your frequency. Intimacy.
Ooh.
Time to push genitals against genitals. Anybody else want a card before we go here? How about Nympha Estrada?
Nympha Strata.
Play. It's time to play, Nympha.
Yeah.
Time to play.
Fun.
I might have it on top chat. I do. But we're going to end this right
Oh.
now anyway. So let me see here. I'll put it on top chat. All right. So that's yours. Play. It's playtime for Nympha.
Playtime.
Get yourself a
Playing.
copy of Shoots and Ladders. Get a friend.
Yeah.
And you play some Shoots and Ladders today. Okay? Play some Shoots and Ladders. Yeah, I do have. Are parachutes the napkins of the face? Huh. Interesting question. I say the nay. I'm going to give you a frequency card.
Yeah.
Previous presidents didn't. That's true. Heritage is Andrew Jackson's place in Nashville. I'm sure. Plantation living. Sure. I say the nay. Self-awareness. You're aware of yourself. You finally figured out where you were. You were lost for a long time, and now you gained self-awareness.
Yeah. You feel enlightened.
It's a frequency. This is a Teal Swan frequency card. You can go to YouTube, Teal Swan channel, and say, "Hey, I'm self-aware." According to your cards, I got
Yeah.
16. That means I'm self-aware now. Do I mean I get a Teal Swan black belt? All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. If you do, you can eat twice as much next time. It's fine. May make you a little gassy though.
Oh.